I want them. I want your listeners, and that's right. I'm talking to all of you. I want you to know that we need to be, as a society, we need to be more like two things: music and two small children playing in a sandbox. Now, I know that sounds weird, right? But if you see two small children playing in a sandbox at a park, let's say, or on a swing set, it could be anywhere, and the one does something to the other, and the kid comes over to his mother or father and begins crying, it did to me, but the parents say, okay, you know what, don't worry about it. If you look over, I guarantee you within a couple of seconds, there is a 99% chance those two kids are playing and like it never happened, right?
Yes.
So as adults, I think we need to have, when it comes to forgiving, we need to have short memories. You forgive and put it behind you. I'm not telling you to forget because you don't want to be taken advantage of or abused, but I think we need to forgive quicker. That's number one. And number two, music. If you think about it, now I know that you said you're from Pakistan,
Yes.
right? And I grew up here in the United States. I'm old enough to remember the race riots that took place in Trenton and Asbury Park in the late 1960s. I was small. I was like 5, 6, 7 years old. And I do know this, though, that despite those tensions, that white people did not stop listening to black music, Motown, the blues, things of that nature. And black kids didn't stop listening to Elvis, you know? So the tensions that cause and spurn certain things, you need to sit back and think music. It's the common thread that can unite us. It never divides us. You may not like a certain music or you may not like a certain genre, and somebody else may, but I guarantee you that it's going to cross over at some point and you're going to find a commonality or a common thread. I can't even tell you how many times I've met people, or I designed Rock on Radio, Ansa, for those two reasons. The one, from the time I heard myself on the radio for the first time. But how many times do you go to an event where you don't know people per se?
Right.
You're just going to a networking event or a backyard barbecue or uh, you're in a coffee shop at a lecture or something, and you hear people talking, and they either ask you a question or you join the conversation, and you find out that you have commonality. As a musician, so many times I've been at places and heard somebody say, "Oh yeah, I went out last night to see so and so," and I'll be like, "Oh, were you there? I was there." And then you wind up knowing that you know so many people and you are connected
Yes.
despite what you look like or your religious background or your faith in whatever or lack thereof. There's a connection.
It is.
And so many times in music, you get that connection.
Yes.
And now there are certain musics and musicians I refuse to listen to because of their the way they espouse their politics or their beliefs, or which I don't think has a place in entertainment. For you want to touch on it, fine, but I don't need a half hour from Katy Perry about why I should vote Democrat or vice versa.
Right.
Uh, and put it in a song.
Yes. Yes.
But I think that music and it should be more like, and those two little kids in the
Yeah.
sandbox. I think that's how we as adults should be.